The Minecraft Bedrock edition of the game has been the subject of scrutiny for quite some time now. Although it is the most popular version, it is also the version that the most people have the biggest problem with. As most people probably already know, Minecraft was first launched on PC and it was coded for Java. Now once Mojang decided to port the game over to console, they decided to completely redo the code due to legal complications that came along with how games are allowed to be released on console. It involves rights to certain codes and apps, but honestly it's not even worth getting into that whole disaster. The point is that Bedrock was created, and just like it became the most popular version of the game by far, which did surprise me just a little bit. Now Minecraft Bedrock edition was launched on September 20th, 2017, and it was based on the Minecraft Pocket edition, which was released in 2011. It brought together 9 of the major device platforms under a singular codebase called the Bedrock engine. This was a rewrite of Minecraft from the ground up and brought along with it some fundamental changes to the platform, paving the way for an exciting new development community. The edition is commonly referred to as simply Bedrock. Now one major technical difference between both versions is the world format. The Bedrock edition uses the level DB format for world storage, while Java edition uses Anvil format. Now due to this, most third-party tools created for Java edition world editing will not work on the Bedrock edition. The two versions also use a fairly different block format. Now that last part that they mentioned there is specifically important and also one of the problems with the Bedrock edition. It means that a lot of the resource packs and the mods that people love to use in Minecraft is just not available on the Bedrock edition, and that actually also includes ray tracing, but a little bit more on that later on. Now the two versions also uses a fairly different block format. Java edition has flattened its block format using a unique string of each individual block and storing the state of the block separately. Similarly, the Bedrock edition has moved to a string-based system with the block states, but have kept some of the blocks grouped together defined by a date value. Basically, this means that the blocks are named differently between the versions. In the Bedrock edition, granite is stone 1, whereas on Java edition it is simply granite. So as you can tell, there are some differences within the gameplay itself, but it is very minor. Now Bedrock does come with a few advantages, but it is so few that it really isn't even worth mentioning. People have been unhappy with the state of Minecraft, especially on console, for a while now, but whether you play Bedrock on console or PC, you will pretty much be facing the same issues. Now first of all, on PC there really is no reason for both versions to exist. It is the exact same game minus the limitations that comes with the Bedrock edition, of course, which does beg the question, why would you even bother with it on PC? Just focus on updating the Java version of the game only. Now on console you can still continue with Bedrock since there is very little other option. Now look, Java is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. It has draw distance problems, it has frame rate problems, and the lighting problems is still not properly sorted out, resulting in all types of weird glitches. There is also many complaints when it comes to the AI within Bedrock, and it just seems to be completely broken at times, with the mobs not knowing what they want to do. This of course makes it a lot easier to survive in this version of the game, and this also ties back to the criticism that Minecraft has just become too easy. Another big problem for many is the fact that the game does not actually pause when you go to the menu, resulting in you oftentimes dying not knowing that the gameplay was still ongoing. Now on the Java edition of the game, the updates does get released so often that it just feels like the Bedrock people is struggling to keep up with everything. Although I do agree that the Bedrock version of the game is more suitable when it comes to crossplay, it really is the only advantage that I can think of. In my personal experience, mods and RTX just works better with the Java edition of the game. Ray tracing has always been my biggest point of contention when it comes to Bedrock. There is still no support for it, and at this point I have I've pretty much run out of possible ideas as to why that might be the case. Everyone has their own reasons as to why they would prefer a certain version of the game. I enjoy playing with mods, and it's just so much better to do that with the Java edition, and honestly I don't even know if the Bedrock edition of the game is capable of supporting it. Now, although neither version is perfect, it is still clear that one of these versions stand out over the other.